Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £500 worth of £2 coins to have a hunt through. So we're looking for commemoratives, ones with more than face value, but ideally we want some of the ones we're still missing from the book. All 4 Commonwealth Games. We're not that many videos into this book series though, so to be expected. Olympics, Beijing and Rio handover, that's the Mary Rose as well. World War I Navy centenary flag era. And the Great Fire of London and 2021 Britannia, if it gets into circulation before we finish this book. Surely it will though, surely it will, and we'll be able to find it. So let's get into this bag and see what we find. Okay then. What do we want? Not that, that's technologies. We're a little bit far behind. That's a bit better. That's more comfortable. That's technologies. I know there are some low minted years, just not low enough I think they're worth keeping. 2015 is going to be something. Oh, it's Magna Carta. A very nice design, nice coin to find, fairly scarce. Quite common to find little bits of cud metal, there's extra bits of metal around the crown, the bottom base of there. In their hands, the finer detail. This one's not got anything though. Check the portrait. I think that was the Jodie Clark one, wasn't it? Yeah. Just in 2015 it changed over from Ian Rank Broadley's 4th portrait to Jodie Clark's 5th portrait. So on some of the sets it's got the Ian Rank Broadley 4th portrait. So if someone busts it out of their collection, pays it into their bank, spends it at a shop, there's a chance to find those. That's our second commemorative. It was the right way around. DNA double helix. It is a very common coin though, only worth face value, but still I think it's a cool design. I like seeing them. But as ever, values will go up on coins that are worth over face value. If a value doesn't go up on a coin, it means it's face value. Doesn't mean that someone hasn't paid more than face value for it in the history of coin collecting though. Because even the most common coin like this one, the VE Day Anniversary, is the most common commemorative £2 coin, but someone will have paid more than £2 for it if they need it for their collection, don't have access to quantities. Oh my goodness, the Commonwealth Games! Wowee! Our first Commonwealth Games of this book, unbelievable. Scotland. So it's the more common of the 4, but we aren't going to grumble because we've just found a really rare coin. Wowee. Well, that's got today's hunt off to quite the start. We're ticking off a Commonwealth Games. The question is, how lucky are we going to get with our Commonwealth Games? We got very lucky in the grand scheme of things in the previous book, being that there are 4 different Commonwealth Games designs. Well, that's Brunel's achievements, archers at Paddington Station, very common. So yeah, there are 4 different designs, different rarities. All 4 of them are very rare, but Northern Ireland being the rarest, Wales, England, Scotland. We ticked off Northern Ireland before some of the other designs, which is great. Another Brunel's achievements, because when you're just stuck on that last rarest coin, it can be a bit demoralising. Trevithick there, or the steam locomotive, another very common coin. There we go, got Charles Dickens. I've actually got something to say and we keep finding coins, it keeps interrupting it. We won't grumble at that, but I will get around to my point momentarily. What was it? So yeah, the last book we got very lucky, considering there are 4 different designs with different rarities. I think we only got the 1 duplicate design. We found 5 Commonwealth Games over the course of it, needing 4 different ones, so only 1 duplicate, which is always nice. But yes, ideally we want to tick off that Northern Ireland before we get down to just that left, because otherwise it can be a little bit demoralising. Naturally, at the end of the video I'll check for rotation errors, so if you have the £2 at top, date at the bottom, rotate at 180 degrees, that's the way the Queen should be facing. Now, if the dies are slightly misaligned, or one of the die is slightly misaligned, the dies are the metal implements with the design engraved on it that strike the coin to make the design. That's a commemorative one. It is the World War I Army Centenary. Need to check this one for a couple of things. Rotation error, apparently. Not that rotation errors exist. And edge inscription should be for king and country. This one is. So I will check the rotations and edge inscriptions on all the commemorative coins at the end of the video, just to be doubly sure. Another VE Day anniversary. We have got those counters that track some of the more common ones, some of the more uncommon ones, just out of interest to see how many we find over the course of filling the book. But yes, die rotations can happen. Obviously, naturally, I have found them on the £2 coins, the technology designs, slight rotation errors on the likes of what was it we found recently? It was a Guy Fawkes, wasn't it? That had an ever so slight rotation error, which is pretty cool. Oh, there we go. Another VE Day anniversary. I said the most common ones, you'll see a fair few of those. That's going to be something, given that portrait of the Queen. Another army centenary. I think the rotation was fine on that. Edge inscription, I can see the word king, so we'll assume that that is right. And there is an Act of Union. Very cool. Got a common coin. I featured that recently in a Britannia Coin Company video. I make the videos for them as my day job. Video all about Queen Anne, some of her coins, some of the modern coins are released, marking events in her reign. That's another very nice one there. William Shakespeare. 3 Shakespeares that you can find. What's that below it? First World War. 2014. Kitchener? Yeah, there we go. We'll get into that in a moment. Yeah, so 3 Shakespeares you can find. Shakespeare's comedies, which is this one, the scarcest of the 3. Tragedies is the middle of the road one. And then history is the most common of the 3. Check the edge inscription on it. The whole world's a stage, or whatever it is. That's fine. No edge inscription error to be had on that, sadly. That is Lord Kitchener. Him we need to check for the mule. So at the bottom on the obverse, at the side of the Queen's head, it should say £2 at the bottom. This one does. That's the common one. Well, it's the one that was intended for circulation, not got the mule error. That would be a very cool coin to find, but I fear far too scarce to find. A bit like the Olympic Aquatics 50p with the lines over the face. That is Charles Dickens there. We had him today? Oh, we have our second one of the day. But yes, much like the Aquatics with the lines over the face, there really cannot be that many of those kicking about to find. A bit like, I guess, the fried egg era, whereby I'm sure you'll remember the inner part of the silver bit in the metal bled out into the outer band because the outer band was too hot when it was minted, or warm enough to allow a bit of give, so when they got struck together the inner part burst out a bit like if you're cooking a fried egg and the yolk bursts, hence why it's called a fried egg error. But not a coin I was, of course, a coin I was hoping I was hoping I'd find a fried egg error. That would have been amazing, and it was, but not one I had any expectation to find, given the unbelievably very nice. What a hunt we're having. Magna Carta, Shakespeare comedies, Commonwealth Games Scotland, and the Olympic centenary. That's the one Olympic we've already got in the book, but again, fantastic result for that to turn up. Wow, what a row of coins we're getting down the bottom there. That's Guy Fawkes. Very, very common. Edge inscription, it says remember the 5th of November. Sometimes it looks like per member, but don't worry, it's not really. It's at best an anomaly. We like the word anomaly, because the problem is you say the word error. It's fine. You look a little bit odd in the light. If you say the word error, people automatically assume it's going to be worth an absolute fortune. Whereas the word anomaly, I think, better describes it as being a valueless, slight variant. Which, I guess, if that's what you're after, that's what you want to collect, then have at it. But you'll see them posted on eBay for astronomical sums of money, which they are definitely not worth, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. There's another steam locomotive, or Trevithick. kept getting told off for calling it steam locomotive, and I called it steam locomotive because Trevithick was a bit hard to get my teeth around. Right, let's do an edge inscription hunt. Standing on the shoulders of giants, it's an Isaac Newton quote on the technology's design. So anything but standing on the shoulders of giants would be cool. Don't think we've got anything there. We will flick through just to make sure I haven't missed anything like an absolute bozo. Mercifully not. But no, as I keep saying, I would love to find a NIFC coin. So NIFC stands for not intended for circulation. Some of the commemorative, well, every commemorative £2 coins since the Great Fire of London, none have been minted for circulation. So something will turn up will be Charles Dickens. There it is. Very common. Any more for any more? What's this one here? What on earth does that say? Oh, engineer. That would be Brunel's portrait. I think it was upside down, so that's why I couldn't discern what it said. Yep, very common again. One of two Brunel coins. I think we've had the other one, haven't we? Yeah, the arches or the achievements. Paddington Station. Goodwill at the bottom will be the VE Day anniversary. That's the Queen. There we go, some bulls. We've already had a few of those today. I think that might have been everything. Good result though. Shoulders on the standing... Oh, what's this? Oh, Goodwill. It'll be another VE Day anniversary. What a result that's been. And yeah, the rest should just be technologies, but to be doubly sure, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, not a bad result. Almost half of those were commemoratives. Sometimes we have the curse of the edge inscription hunt, and we just find absolutely diddly all. That's going to be something again. Very cool, because after 2015. Obviously this portrait only started appearing on £2 from 2015 and onwards. The definitive designs, the Britannias, were desirable low mintages, especially 2015. This one won't be because it hasn't got the date on the obverse, and then everything else is commemorative, so we know immediately after seeing this portrait there's going to be commemorative or Britannia. Wow! This is the Navy Centenary! Very, very cool. So a scarce coin, one you won't see too often. I've been very lucky. I have a little armada. I am Commodore Collects with my flotilla of Navy battleships. I keep seeing them every now and again. The light catches them and they just look a little bit odd. But no, nothing more from that bag. Not that we can expect anymore, having found a Navy Centenary. That's pretty bonkers. I must admit as well, the one thing that surprises me is how close the Shakespeare counters have been as well. I've been very lucky with my Shakespeare comedies recently. Ever since I've moved, to be fair, I've had on and off good luck with Shakespeare comedies. So very happy for that to continue, because when I lived in Amazingstoke, the comedies weren't that common to come across, so it sort of readdresses the disparity in my wider collection, because the keepers I keep in my collection, you'll see them every year on my whole coin collection video, which is always a bit of an eye-opener. It makes me wonder if I have problems, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Until the floors start giving in. Although the bookshelves are starting to bow a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Wireless transmission, Marconi. Another very common one, but we haven't had today. It adds variety. This is going to be another one here. Another Army Centenary. No rotation error on that naturally. I can see the word country, so that should be all present and correct. Those two are just technologies. Well then, we're on to the last bag of the hunt. There's a wire trapped here. I'm hoping that's not making any weird noises against that, but apologies if it has. Last bag, first coin, Brunel's Achievements, Archers at Paddington Station. It's a bit dirty, that one, but we don't keep them anyway. For those of you that watch this from the video, you might be interested to know I have a Discord server. There's links in the description for coin collectors to come and join that. Alternatively, you can also catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. There's the new PO Box address you can write into, and of course the Britannia Coin Company, for whom I make videos for as my day job. As I said, I'm going to check the coins off to the side for rotations, commemoratives for rotations and edge inscription errors as well now. No rotation or edge inscription errors to be had, but we got one new one for the book. Commonwealth Games Scotland. Unbelievable. To tick off one of the 4. A very, very good start. In terms of our star find, we are very, very lucky in the 5 coins. It's hard to pick, but probably the Commonwealth Games if I'm being brutally honest, but 5 wonderful coins. Let me know in the comments what's your favourite coin from today's hunt, and all it leaves me to do is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye!